Event of the sports calendar, and I have nothing to do with Dodger opening day. It's all about Fredo and Sliwa.
Well, if you heard the song, Bob Marley was just on Get Up, Stand Up for Your Rights.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have that song on a lot today.
You have production value?
That's basically what we're doing. We're standing up for our rights. That's what we're doing.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you need time to prepare
I don't
for
even
this?
know
Do
if
you need to
Taylor
walk
knew
away for a
that
while?
I wanted that song to come on. It might have just came on.
It's in the universe. It's in the universe. I feel like you might need a few minutes to get your game face on for this, that you might need just a little bit of alone time, a little bit of Sliwa time to properly prepare.
No, we're good.
You're ready?
Yeah.
This is a level of confidence
This
I've
is
not
one
seen
of those
from you in a
where
while.
you're just like, hey, when 12:50 comes around, I just hope John is prepared. Because
I think he will be. I'm not worried about him being prepared either. He'll be ready.
You can be prepared, but you can't make a case when you know you're wrong. That's the problem.
I don't think you watch a lot of TV, because that's every trial I've ever seen is somebody making a case that doesn't make any sense, and they win.
I like it even more.
This is what I'm worried about.
I like that even more.
I'm worried that they might be.
Let me explain something to you about John Ireland, by the way. John Ireland and Steve Mason used to do a game. I don't remember what it was called, like Crossfire or something like that. And they would be talking about a subject, and they would fight. And one person would take a side, the other person would take a side.
Okay.
They would go to commercial break. They'd come back, and they'd flip sides without anybody knowing. They'd flip sides, and they all of a sudden start arguing the other side.
I like it.
John Ireland can argue anything to the death, and he will make it sound like he's right in every sense whatsoever.
I look
you have
forward
a lot
to
that
it.
you're looking out for.
I look forward to it.
John Ireland is a tough.
Sounds good.
Sell. All right.
Sounds good.
Been around
Can't
the block
wait.
a few
Sounds
times.
good.
I gave you guys a couple of minutes to comment. No one wants to say anything about my new look.
Oh, the Ask Lee.
No one wants to say anything about my Ask
All right, so we
Lee
have those.
t-shirts.
Are we going to give?
Yeah, we have them. There's a big stack over
there
there.
we
I
go.
see people
We got
lining
a
up.
couple
Yeah,
out there.
one
Take
back
it.
there.
All
So
right.
there are asks, and we're calling
By the way,
them
this
Slee
is
shirts.
the creation of Travis Roger. This wasn't even like a. We didn't even have a conversation about it. Hey,
No, we were going to do it no matter whether you wanted to do it or not. We were going to do it.
It wasn't a, hey, Al, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we take random questions from people about stoplights, about when you're jogging, whatever it is.
Brushing your teeth in your car.
Brushing your teeth in your car. And we'll just go ahead
Gross,
and,
by the way.
for 15 minutes, go live on that. We'll do it 3 days a week.
And now we have
Can I
shirts.
give some input? No. We don't need your input. That's what we're doing.
Do they look good in the medium?
Schmeedy.
Because is it possible for a T-shirt to make you both feel fatter and skinnier at the same time? Because that's what this is going on. It feels half like a corset and half like Tommy Boy, and I put on the little coat.
I had at least 10 or 15 different people already this morning saying, why doesn't Trav have a tank top of an Ask Lee shirt? Everybody wants
I
a
could
tank
tear
top.
the all I'd
Show
have to
the gun.
do is bend over, and the
Everybody
sleeves
wants
would
a tank
probably
top.
pop off along the way. So Ask Slee is coming up in just about 20 minutes. If you have one, send it on in via Twitter. Dodger opening day coming up here at a little after 1 o'clock, 1:10. We'll probably still be in the middle of our trial at that point. I have a feeling that do you have like an opening, a body, and a closing? Like I'm trying to get a little essence of what you've got planned.
I'm ready. That's all. That's just I'm prepared.
He's
very
giving
well prepared.
nothing.
He's giving me nothing.
Nothing.
This is we've tipped from he's confident to now I'm worried he doesn't have anything. And now I feel like this is a setup
Now he's
where I don't
dancing.
have anything.
Now he's dancing
Yeah,
around.
exactly right.
Burke said tonight or this afternoon is a must-win for the Dodgers. Is he being a little dramatic?
Now,
I
now
think
you're John Ireland.
I
he's
think,
being a little
it's
dramatic.
all
I
over.
think he's being a little dramatic.
If it doesn't go their way, I think it's all over.
The NL West is won tonight.
This is how much.
Yeah, in a couple hours.
This is how much I've missed baseball. I watched the Angels last night. Okay, I'm not a huge Angel guy, but I watched them last night. I watched Ohtani pitch last night, and I had that feeling all last year. We're not going to do this again, are we? We're not going to watch a guy have a performance that is just extraordinary. He struck out 9 guys in 4 2/3 innings. He was just blowing away a really good team, and they lost. And this just feels like every Angel game I've seen for the last 4 or 5 years, that you get a performance from Trout, you get a performance from Ohtani, and just that's it.
So what makes you think this year will be any different?
They got some pitching that got lit up in the back half of the game last night. But, I mean, that's the idea, right? They went out and spent some money on pitching. We'll see.
So the reason why I bring it up, it's no question that baseball is trying to make Ohtani the face of baseball.
Turn on your TV.
Go look at the NBA. Who's the face of the NBA? You could say, hey, you know what, Steph Curry, or
LeBron
it's
James, Kevin
LeBron
Durant.
James, or it's Kevin Durant. What all those guys have in
Giannis.
common, Giannis is a perfect example. What all those guys have in common is they've won an NBA championship. They've been in these long playoff runs. They've had good wins, bad losses, memorable performances. The NFL, you go look at the top players there. Okay, is it Patrick Mahomes that's the face of the NFL? Is it Aaron Rodgers?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. That's the one thing with Ohtani that as much as they're going to try to make him the face of baseball, as he should, if you don't win, we're not talking about him after the All-Star break.
No, well, and you're not going to talk about the team unless it's him, and you're only going to do that for half the season. And this is where the Dodgers have everything figured out because they have star power. You have a guy like Mookie Betts, who's one of the biggest stars in baseball. Clayton Kershaw, one of the biggest stars in baseball. Freddie Freeman, one of the biggest stars in baseball. And, oh, by the way, they're going to go win 100 games every year. That's the perfect mix that it's not just star power like the NBA. If you've got a great player, you're going to get people to look at you, right? Even before you've had some guys, like Giannis was a star before he won a championship. He'd gone to a different level, to be sure.
Yep.
But the Dodgers have this thing figured out. You saw, what was that kid, Bobby Miller? Did a pitch for the Dodgers?
Bobby Miller, yeah. He's like the second or third best prospect in all for the Dodgers.
He throws 100 miles an hour, and he's not good enough to make the team?
Nope.
I mean, that's what they have that almost no other teams have, and that's what they're going to roll out today. Maybe they'll win, but they probably will. Colorado's a lousy team, but they just keep it rolling. They just keep that thing on the tracks, and it's at the top end, it's at the bottom end, and there's no middle. They're never in the middle.
The Athletic, I think we pointed this out 3-4 weeks ago. Athletic came out with teams with the best prospects. They ranked them, right? They're ranking best prospects in Major League Baseball. Dodgers were number one. You shouldn't be number one. You can't have – how can you be this good today, plus have the number one farm system in baseball, according to The Athletic, plus be competing for a World Series, plus had all the success that you had over the last 10 years? I'm saying success – yes, you only have one World Series, but you still have had incredible success.
That's the big one, right? That's the fact that here you are. We're almost into the second decade of them being really, really good. One.
Yeah.
They've got one. And I'm not saying it's not a real one, but it's a different one. It was one that didn't include a parade. It was one that didn't include getting to watch the games in person. It was one I still remember it, right?
It wasn't 162 games.
It wasn't 162 games. Mookie hits a home run or whoever it is, and they do the overhead, and it's like, oh, right, there's nobody in the ballpark. You see him running the bases, and it's empty. You got the cardboard cutouts there. It just is a surreal one. It counts, but it doesn't feel the way it was supposed to feel when you win the World Series. There's no big party afterwards. They need to start doing the real parties. They need to start doing these things. And it's not going to turn, despite you thinking that the NL West gets one today. It doesn't happen today, but it really will kind of start to happen this season. Is this good enough? Because Mookie's here, full season again, healthy, all of these things that come along with it. They need to punch their ticket in a 162 thing. It needs to happen with Dave Roberts. It needs to happen with Clayton Kershaw. They count, but it's different.
You think Roberts knows that, and that's part of the reason why he comes out and says,
for sure,
no, I'm going to put the pressure on the squad. I'm going to let these guys know in spring training that there is no sugarcoating this. There is no walking around the edges. We're going to win it all. And if there's one thing that you want, if it's a player that says it, that's one player's opinion. If it's your manager that says it, you're supposed to be playing for your manager. Of course, you're playing for the Dodger Blue. You're doing all that. It's different when it comes from your manager. And I wonder how much he says to himself, yeah, you're right. We only have had one World Series. With that being said, let me put pressure on every one of these guys that the expectation is not just on the outside or in Vegas what it is, but it's also inside the clubhouse.
All right, so we're here at Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel. Come on down, 7512 Rosemead Boulevard. We're going to be here all day. Mason and Ireland right after us. We're here until 4 o'clock in Berg. I'm looking over at the bar over there, and you see the guy in the red shirt and the big beer? Are we doing a big beer like that? Or are we doing a pint glass? What are we doing?
I am able to do a pint glass. We can do a pint glass will be easier, probably a little bit faster. That's going to show you who can really chug.
You want to go
if we go with that big one right there, that will really show who is the actual champion here. A pint glass, you got to have distance.
Okay, I'm just curious.
They have the 100 meters in the Olympics. They have the 400. I'm basically Carl Lewis. I can do whichever one you want.
You can do
I'm curious, how much confidence?
We can go longer distance.
Is there a lot of confidence that Berg can beat Travis in a beer chugging contest?
Okay.
Is there or no?
Okay.
Yeah. See, look at that. Oh, everyone say no. You say no. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's fine.
You almost threw some punches at people.
I'm about to throw some punches at Travis.
I'm going to make
it. Took him 10 minutes to drink a Sprite on the internet last night. He's like, look at me.
That was 10 seconds. And I got it. Hey, I want to see you get a Sprite and do that.
Okay, just out of curiosity, make some noise if you think Travis is going to blow out Bergman in this beer chugging contest. Okay, that's about 94% of the people.
Those are my people.
It's Goliath over there.
All right, how about any noise for Bergman taking down Travis?
Hey, I got a few of those. Morales only.
I feel like Chris threw you.
Thanks, Morales.
Chris threw you a pity clap.
This is a little bit of the underdog. By the way,
I can't wait to just rub it in everyone's faces. After
what do you got to lose? You got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
It's like Lakers Thunder tonight. Lakers Thunder.
Hey, Thunder won twice.
Is he Stanley Johnson in this matchup?
On the wings of Stanley Johnson.
Is that how this goes?
Trevor Ariza.
You saw him getting waved?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was going to say.
I'm not going to be back tomorrow.
All right, Berg, when are we going to do this? Have we figured out when?
I think we'll do it 11 o'clock after Ask Slee.
Yeah, I need to be. I don't want to be a little hiccupy during Ask Slee. That wouldn't be good. If you have your Ask Slees, send them on in. We are here at Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel. We're going to be here for the trial of the century. It's getting just a little bit before 1 o'clock. And Al, you had me completely convinced. Now you have me a little bit worried. I'm kind of riding the wave that you're giving me nothing.
But what changed?
Because you're not giving. Now I'm thinking you're faking it. Now I'm thinking that you don't have anything prepared.
Okay. All right.
Convince me.
I don't need to convince you. The trial will start at 12:50. Why am I convincing you?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Let me wait till the trial begins.
The 7-10 trial of the century, adjudicated by none other than the Honorable Clinton Yates. Amanda Brown is the forewoman of the jury. So Chris
I love how we were just figuring out the jury 6 minutes
Bert
ago.
got kicked off because he's like, I'm Team Sliwa. That's not what a jury is. You need to go in with an open mind. You need to decide what the case is. Now, if that being said, if I ever get arrested, I want you on my jury.
No, exactly.
Because
I'm always going to be Team
Travis.
Travis.
We're in a packet with Travis people along the way. Come on down here. Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel, 7512 Rosemead Boulevard. We're here all day. Mason and Island right after that. Trial of the century. It's Travis and Slee, 710 ESPN.
Our 710 Dodgers opening day party. Live from Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel. Come out, join the party, press the flesh with us. 7512 Rosemead Boulevard in San Gabriel. Made possible by our friends at Hornitos. Here's to the shot takers on the field and off. The ones who believe nothing great ever happens if you don't take a shot. Hornitos Tequila, a shot worth taking. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2021 Salsa Tequila Import Company. Chicago, Illinois. Drink smart. Now back to Clearman's Galley and back to the party. Here is Travis and Sliwa.
If you are on your way here, good job. If you are not on your way here, turn around and come the other direction. We are here at Clearman's Galley in San Gabriel.
Take the day off.
When it's Friday. Who works on Friday?
First of all, it's Friday.
You and me.
We're going to be out here broadcasting till 4.
Yes.
Dodger game coming up. And then right after the Dodger game, everybody's heading down to Crypto.com Arena, Lakers Thunder.
Everybody's a bit of a step too far.
Everybody.
You, Ireland, the two of you guys are going to go do it. Oh, speaking of, how did the pregame show go last night? This was our first pregame show since the unleashing.
Michael,
very good.
Michael has a way of doing things. Michael is the guy that will start a ruckus, and then just as things start getting a little crazy, he's out the back door and he's whistling down the street just like nothing happened. Okay, so I tell Michael, I'm like, Michael, you caused all of this. He's like, what did I do? Right? He's like, I'm innocent. And he goes into his whole rant about how innocent he is. John comes on as well, and he's like, literally, Michael, you are the problem with this whole thing. I did nothing. He just kept saying that.
He lied.
He's innocent.
So basically, a lot like Mason, the two Golden Girls have kind of taken it to another level where all they do is just tell lies now. That before, I
love how yesterday, every time Mason said, oh, no, I loved Sliwa.
No,
I love the show. You're like, that's a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah, that's another lie.
It's not a lie, guys. Come on.
No.
By the way, Judge Clinton Yates has just walked in.
Judge Clinton Yates,
the big CY.
Judge Clinton Yates. In
his tank top. He said he was going to go tank top.
I'm not going to lie. When we talked to Judge Yates yesterday, he said he had the vestments. He was getting them ready, and I did not know that was a tank top and slip-on shoes. I thought that.
Well, he has a certain different carriage than us. He can pull that off.
I'm not saying he's not pulling off the tank top. I'm just saying that when I picture a judge, that's not exactly
that's what I think
outfit
of.
that
Just
I think
do it Nike.
Well, we've
tank
got
top.
the Scott Kaplan robe.
We do.
710 robe for him, right?
Josh is going to grab it right now. I'm going to take it out right now. I'm going to let Clinton see it so he can actually. You are going to wear it no matter what.
To feel the fabric, feel the heat.
Slee, do you know what I have in my hands right here? These are live Ask Sleeves.
Well, I also want a couple live from the audience, though.
Okay.
We're going to go out there.
Yeah, no, we've got plenty of people. They're already sending them in, so just be prepared.
During the last break, though, I want to mention this real quick, Slee.
Yeah.
Robert, who grew up here nearby, knows your town.
Yes.
San Gabriel Valley. He came up and him and Slee had like a 2-minute conversation about pot pies.
Chicken pot pies. Yeah.
Which I thought was fascinating.
Yeah.
I think I've only had one chicken pot pie in my life.
Yep.
Swanson's out of the microwave.
No, I think it was one of those Marie Callender's jobs.
Those are pretty good.
It was so hot.
Yeah, you got to wait
let
like
it
45
sit.
minutes.
Well,
you got to poke a hole in it as well.
You put like an ice cube in there?
Yeah, you let the steam out. There's a whole process to it. Careful.
Let me explain the pot pie strategy.
Yes.
Can't microwave it.
Right? Oh, I did. That was the first mistake.
Huge mistake. It's got to go in the oven so it cooks evenly.
Yep.
You don't get the hard
How
edges.
long in the oven, though?
Like 45 minutes. You got to wait.
So wait a minute.
Time.
I'm
It's
saying,
a
you know
long
what?
time.
I need
It's
a
not
chicken
good.
pot
It's
pie.
not good.
I've got to wait an hour to eat it?
Yes.
At least, because you're going to cook it in the oven for 45
Corporate
minutes.
Greg, have you ever had a chicken pot
It's
pie?
going to be
I have
molten
not had
hot.
a chicken pot pie.
No, ever in your life?
Oh,
Not
now
once.
we're looking like
Then
a
you got to
judge
let it
there.
come
I think
out.
July.
I
to
know
look
that
like
you
a
and I
judge.
want to charge into these things.
I want to
and
charge
attack,
hard.
But the pot pie, you got to be a little more.
Maybe at the Mandy Awards we do a chicken pot pie eat-off.
Who's competing?
Corporate Greg's never had one.
I've never had one. I'm happy
Never
to
had
do
a
it, though.
chicken pot
Slee
pie.
would
There's
beat
no
us in
bit
that
I
because he
won't
seems
do
like a
for
chicken
most
pot
of
pie man.
Not anymore.
That's
He's
my food.
wasting away in front of our eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Karen Carpenter over here.
This is the trimmest I've seen you.
Bacon and coffee, bro.
It is trim.
No, I haven't started that. I'm starting that Monday because yesterday at the golf course the heat was coming. And
the
my
cart girl didn't have a slab of bacon for you when she drove by, and
she just had Jack Daniels, and that didn't make things better.
How many pounds of bacon, sir? How many pounds of bacon can I get for you?
I was struggling around hole 13.
Morales has pulled me to the side in the kitchen. Okay, he's giving me health advice
While he's cooking a chicken pot pie.
Yes, in the
More
kitchen.
bacon?
He just kind of arm around.
We should make bacon in the office.
and
Smell great.
an arm around, and he's like, Slee, I'm telling you, a pound of bacon and coffee. You don't need anything else the rest of the day. And that's the only conversation I had with him the whole time. And then
Bill
I'm back
Mickelson
in studio.
coffee.
I fully believe this, by the way. This is something that Chris would actually say. That's all he does.
The first day of medical school, when you show up, they say a pound of bacon and a pot of coffee.
And a pot of coffee.
First of all, medical school's got a picture of me on the wall. Fix this guy.
Don't do this.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How is he still alive?
Okay, just a few minutes away from live Ask Slee. I'm going to go out there and find a few people that want to ask it live here at Clearman's Galley, okay?
Yep, get them ready. We got some write-in votes already. We got Twitter. We can do some phone
How excited are you about Tiger's second round today?
Very. I don't
How's he
really
doing?
want to get into it because I'm afraid of jinxing it. He hasn't teed off yet. He plays a little bit late. At least I don't think he has. There he is. I think he's getting ready to hit his – oh, no, he's on the putting green. So he's on the putting green right now. He defied all expectations yesterday, right? Just A, by being there, and B, he was kind of in the mix. He was only a handful of shots off the lead, and this is the only thing that can make people that don't care about golf care about golf is that dude being in the mix. Nothing else matters.
I was underwhelmed.
One-footed, one under par. You want more?
No, he's a baller. You were just selling it so hard yesterday. Slee, you got to get in it. Slee, you got to watch this guy.
Did you ever see the video of him walking to the first
hole?
It was it looked like
the first
Sunday
hole was
afternoon.
it was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
and he was tied with somebody else at the 18.
You pull off that pink shirt he had on yesterday?
No,
I don't.
Morales can.
Yeah,
no, you can.
Morales always does.
Anybody can pull off anything as long as they just walk around with confidence. You can absolutely pull that off, Slee. I think you should do it on Monday.
So from where I'm standing here, Clearman's Galley. Come on out. I'm counting at least 5 or 6 Mookie Betts jerseys. Right? There's a lot of Dodger gear in here, but it's mostly Mookie gear. And that happened fast, right? You would think Kershaw, you would even think a little Bellinger, maybe a little leftover Seager or whatever it might be, but Mookie. There's a little bit of a Mookie LeBron James thing here, right?
Okay.
That they come over as, I don't want to say saviors, but as, oh my gosh, we got maybe the best guy in baseball.
Yep.
Are we satisfied? Are we satisfied with what we've gotten so far? Do we like it? It's been good, but has it been what you thought it would be?
See, I don't think it is yet. What we saw him come in, and he was great. That first year, he came in, won that championship in 2020, and everything you saw. He's been a little bit injured since then, and everything that you've seen from him has just been kind of average, and mostly because of injuries, and you can't really talk much about it. But for the most part, I need more. This is the year. This is the year that I look at Mookie Betts, and I say, this is the year I need to see you do something. We paid you a lot of money over 12 years. I want to see you do it now, this year.
It's funny because when I hear that about Mookie, I wonder how much of this has to do with the fact that is there really that much? There's a lot of pressure on Mookie, but everywhere you look, there's a baller, right? So in front of him, behind him, it's not that he's of course going to get the attention. Of course, he's going to be asked to what your contract is.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Look at that. Tiger Woods is on the first tee at Augusta National, and there are. I mean, what is that? Are they 25 deep on both sides? I mean, this is Friday afternoon.
I know.
This is not the final round.
There's a ticker. There's a clock ticking down of when he's going to shoot his first shot in the second round on a Friday.
He looks like he looked 20 years ago, only a little bit older in the face. His body looks like he's a little heavier, but in the right way, not in the has on a too small Ask Slee shirt type of way. He looks like the dude when he was 20 years old, and he's nearly 50. And he's jacked, and the whole place is staring at him. He's like nothing else. Did you notice yesterday when the bad shots came, the limp got a little worse?
Yeah. You're the one that mentioned that to me. I wonder if he was, 1 under yesterday?
Yep.
I wonder if as this progresses, he struggles. Just merely on the body portion of it.
Well,
I know.
That's a terrible thing to put in the universe. How dare you say anything negative about Tiger Woods? That's very bad karma, but you're right. But you're right.
Just shut up and don't say it.
Yeah, just keep that in your inside voice. I need you to start working on your outside voice for your trial.
Got it.
That's coming up at about 12:50 or so. But we've been teasing it for the last couple of weeks. A live Ask Slee. We are here at Clearman's Galley.
All right, let's do it.
In San Gabriel, 7512 Rosemead Boulevard. Come on out. It's Dodger opening day. We've got the trial of the century just around 1 o'clock. And coming up next, live Ask Slee. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN.